No, I don't know. I never watched that show either.
No, dude, but you're on that show. Do some of those lines.
Oh yeah. Hey, so I used to be on a show called the Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I played the role of one of the aliens. I was the one that looked like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, you were Emery.
I was Emery.
Yeah.
No, I was Oglethorpe.
No, Oglethorpe's little German one.
Okay, I was Emery. And they killed me off. They killed me off like 5 years into the show, and I said to them, you killed me off. And they were like, no, if we kill you off, it'll be to help teach a valuable lesson, like you'll have testicular cancer or something in the show. So,
Mike, have you ever watched that show?
I've never seen that show either.
They die on that show all the time. It's not, you didn't get kicked off because your character died. Everybody dies on
Well,
that
I ain't
show.
getting any money for it. They ain't paying me.
Why don't we start the podcast?
Because I think we're waiting.
We're good, Mike.
We're being shot in 3D tonight too, right? Live streaming in 3D.
Really?
That's what I heard.
That is correct.
Are we ready?
Yep.
All right.
Oh my God. Don't fuck this up. So much pressure is...
All right, just shut up. Live from Atlanta, Georgia, it's DragonCon's episode. Live from Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for the DragonCon episode of Dad's Garage Radio. Live from the Hilton, room 203. Dad's Garage Radio is on the air. Dad's Garage Radio. Starring television star Lucky Yates. Celebrity producer and regular guy Sebastian Dankowitz. Star of Archer and television superstar Nash. And voice of a natural gas company, Mike Schatz.
Mike Schatz, ladies and gentlemen.
Mike
How about
Schatz.
that intro? Good
Stop.
intro, Mike.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Hi. This is our first live Dad's Garage Radio
Yeah.
with a studio audience.
Yeah, thanks for coming, even though we didn't end up in the DragonCon book. Appreciate you being here anyway.
I think the best thing to do is kick off the podcast by complaining.
That's right. That's what we do. Can I ask how many people have actually listened to the podcast?
3, 4, 4.
Well, I guarantee the rest of you won't listen to it after this either.
Yeah, this podcast is true clusterfuck, and it's essentially us beating up on Mike Schatz,
Yeah.
That's right.
and then him feeling bad about things. But it's a good time nonetheless.
Yeah.
How many costumes do we have in the room? I see Waldo.
Yeah.
I
Stand
see.
up.
Just stand up.
Stand up.
Yeah, you can all stand up.
Yeah,
There's
everybody
Krieger
in
with some
costume.
jazz hands back there. He's got fucking jazz hands. That's the best goddamn Krieger I've ever seen. Come here, Krieger.
got
Take a
the
shit ton
black
of Krieger Army stickers. Yeah, he's got the fucking. He's got the outlines of cartoon Krieger Army.
Great.
Are these all Archer characters in the room?
No.
No,
The guy with the striped shirt, what does he do?
There's a lot.
Waldo.
What do you do on the show?
They're all Archer characters.
Waldo is always somewhere.
The one with the arrows, what does she do on Archer?
She is an archer. That's the coolest part. She's cosplaying as a female Green Arrow.
Oh, okay. Green Arrow.
Yeah, who is an archer.
Okay,
Not to be
on the
confused
show,
with
right.
Our
You
spy
guys can
agency.
sit down now.
He's still standing up. Now make him stand for the whole thing.
No.
So a lot of people that listen to this podcast, so 4 of you, know that I, Lucky Yates, am a huge nerd. I'm a big nerd. I'm not too long ago, I was on that side of everything.
Blah, blah, blah,
Blah, blah, blah.
I thought I was famous.
And I do this podcast with these two, and
Yeah.
here we are at DragonCon, which is like coming home, but you guys are confidently not nerds. And
We're
there's
not as good as you, is what
well,
you're
it's
saying.
just you're not. That's not where your
The closest,
interests lie.
Sure.
Right?
the closest I've ever been in this is last year I got stuck in traffic.
And do you see films films? Are you guys pop culture savvy?
Oh, and I like to go to the movies, if that's what you're asking.
I do.
If you have questions about Out of Africa,
Well, I'm going to give you. We're going to see which of you. You guys are going to compete to see who is the biggest non-nerd
Okay.
here.
So
right?
the one that does the worst is the winner.
That's correct. Whoever gets them wrong scores points.
Great.
In this backwards ass.
But we're not trying to get them wrong. We're really
No.
trying to get 'em
You
right.
gotta try to answer it
Right.
because the winner gets a prize as well.
sounds great.
That the loser, which is really the winner, gets a prize.
Okay,
All
so
right.
how do we do this? There's a bell.
I will. There's a
Go
bell.
far away from
I will ask a question.
Okay.
And if you think you know the answer, just buzz with your mouth,
okay.
like that, and I will call upon one of you.
So why did I bring that bell?
Because if you get one correct,
Oh.
that is a positive sound.
Got it.
Okay.
Even though it's a negative.
What?
Even though it's negative?
Shut the fuck up.
He's got a point.
It's like time travel. Don't think too hard about it, man. Draw diagrams and shit. All right, ready? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. You ready, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, this is superhero secrets is the category.
Great, I'm ready.
Superhero secrets.
Okay.
What is Superman's secret identity?
Yes.
Yes, Amber.
Clark Kent.
That is true. Yes. Schatz, you have 1 point. All right. What is Spider-Man's secret identity? Yes, Schatz.
Peter Parker.
Yes, Amber, you also have 1 point. How about Batman? Yes.
Bruce Wayne.
True. Amber, you got 2 points. Robin.
Should we be struggling more?
No, it's great because I get a lot of questions.
Okay.
What is Robin's secret identity? The original Robin. The original Robin. Yes, Mike.
He was a carny guy, right?
He had a name. He was.
Robin.
Yeah. You just got 2 points for making a shitty guess. Amber?
I got nothing. I answered that one question. That's all I know. Is Clark Kent.
Okay.
Lance Day.
No, it's Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson.
Yes.
Great.
All right. What is Iron Man's secret identity? He's right out there. It's not even a secret. Yes.
Tony Parker.
No. No, and I'm taking a point away from you because you clearly knew that wasn't correct because you answered Peter Parker, so fuck you. Yes.
I didn't buzz in. Tony.
Fredesco.
The audience is like, oh, really?
I know. This is how bad I am.
Stark. Stark. You get 0.5 points.
Okay.
All right. What about Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman has a secret identity. Yes.
Linda Carter.
Yes, that is correct. I would have also accepted Diana Prince.
Diana Prince. She was a news reporter.
Sure, let's just go with that. Yeah. All right, what is Batman's butler's name? Yes, Schatz.
Alfred.
Yes.
Oh.
Extra non-point for his last name.
Where are you writing all this down?
In my head. In my head. What's his last name?
The Butler.
Yes.
T-H-E-B-U-T.
Pennyworth. Name as many. All right, Amber, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Name as many members of the Fantastic Four as you can.
Okay. Mr. Fantastic.
Yup.
And Mr. Four.
Mr. Four didn't make the cut, unfortunately. When they were deciding on their fourth.
Storm.
Yes, that's the last name of 2 of the characters.
That's all I know.
Okay. Can you name any of them?
Yeah. Stretch Armstrong
Yes.
and granite cabinet
The Rock.
countertop.
That's The Rock. Invisible, Mr. Fantastic, you got like the hardest one. Mr. Fantastic, the Human Torch.
And the only reason I know Mr. Fantastic is because just the other night, my dog was like, she's really long and skinny and she can stretch herself out really long. And my husband told me she's like Mr. Fantastic.
And you were like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's the only reason I know that.
All right, good things for, name 3 Batman villains, Schatz. Name 3 Batman villains.
Okay. The Joker.
Yes.
The Riddler.
Yes.
The Penguin.
Very good.
I would have been able to do that.
Can you name one more?
No.
Really? Not a single one?
No.
Harvey Firestein.
Correct. Going to Star Wars. What is the name of Han Solo's ship?
Oh.
Man.
Yes.
The Millennium Falcon.
Yes, very good. You can
This guy
applaud
is
these.
hating us so much. He hates us.
I know, isn't that perfect? We're like
He's gonna throw us back
pissing
at us.
everybody off.
Oh my God, let me down, Amber.
I'm sorry. I'm
No,
so sorry.
don't. No, she's not at all. She's winning right now, dude. Fucking shut her mouth. All right. What type of creature is Chewbacca? Chewbacca is a what? Yes, Amber.
A German Shepherd.
Not. Yes.
He's a Wookiee?
That is correct.
Right.
Although I'm taking the point away because there was a question mark on the end of it. on what swampy planet did Luke Skywalker find Yoda? What swampy planet? Ben Kenobi. Yes.
Tandoori.
No. That is almost the name of Luke Skywalker's home planet. Tatooine.
Oh, okay.
Tandoori!
Dasani.
Yes. Dagobah. That was close. Dagobah. All right.
I know it started with a D.
What? Hey, what are R2D2 and C3PO? Yes.
Robot?
No. They're called something else.
Oh, trash cans?
No. Schatz?
Droids?
Yes, they are droids. Very good.
Thank you.
What is the difference, Schatz, a follow-up, between R2D2 and C3PO? Do you know which one is which?
C-3PO is like a gold-plated droid who speaks with a British accent, and R2D2 just a lot.
Wait, no, what's Chirpy's name?
R2D2.
Okay. You kind of fucked it up, so. Uh-oh, he doesn't actually know. Very good, very good. When Darth Vader was a Jedi, what was his name? What was his name? When Darth Vader was a Jedi, there was a whole shitty trilogy of prequels that were about this very character.
Well,
And in
Luke
short
Skywalker's dad,
Yeah?
Anakin.
Yes, very good.
I heard someone say it. I was really playing dumb, but I actually heard her say it.
Anakin Skywalker.
And you have a very sexy voice, by the way.
Oh, Jesus. Anakin Skywalker had 2 kids, Luke and who?
Bo.
Yes. Luke's idiot brother Bo, but they left him at Tatooine. On Tandoori. Bo, they were twins separated at birth. One went to Tatooine, one went to
Had a
Tandoori.
niece named Daisy, right?
In fact, I hear that the J.J. Abrams films are about Bo Skywalker. Intergalactic hillbilly.
Great idea.
What up, bitches? Me, Bo Skywalker.
Hey, you see Daisy's short shorts?
Yeah, they put a blaster in my pocket.
Damn, Bo.
I blastered all over the inside of my
Oh, look
space
out, here
pants.
come the cooter.
All right, let's just go
Come to
to
fix the Millennium Falcon.
some general stuff. Name the 2 lead characters on Adventure Time. Lead 2 characters on Adventure Time.
I know there's a lot of princesses.
There is. Yes.
The one that looks like he's from Where the Wild Things Are. Right? You know what I'm talking about?
Kind of, but not
The
really.
kid that wears the little hood,
Yeah.
like the little Klansman.
Yeah, he has a
And
No, it's not a Klansman at all.
it's a little Klansman.
No, it's not the message of that. No.
Yes, it is.
No. It's in fact very different than that. Finn and Jake.
I
Finn
know.
and Jake.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Phineas and Ferb, lucky.
On Bob's
Get it
Burgers.
right.
On
Okay.
Bob's Burgers, which beat us at the Emmys a couple of weeks ago, Amber.
Yeah.
What is their last name? What's Bob's last name? His last name.
I've never watched that show. I know.
It's really good. It won an Emmy.
I'm still.
It is in fact a lot of it. It's very good. It won an Emmy. It is the best audience response we have ever.
What have I been doing?
I don't know. It's a really funny. It's Belcher. The Belchers.
Oh.
Doctor Who flies through space in what?
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
a phone booth. I almost said a phone book.
It's a
phone
specific
book.
type of phone booth.
A British phone booth. Like
No,
a
that's not
speakeasy phone
correct.
booth.
Amber?
It is a kind of phone booth,
It is.
but it's not a British phone booth.
Yes, it is that too.
Oh, a red British?
No.
It's a blue. It's blue.
A police call box. And it's called the TARDIS. The TARDIS.
Oh, the
Sure it
TARDIS.
is.
Yeah. No, it is. In Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome,
Yes.
who played Anti-Entity? Yes, Amber.
Tina Turner.
Very good, Amber. Contest, everybody. Amber Nash, clearly the winner.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are, by fault, the coolest person in this room.
Wow.
Because you don't give a shit about anything.
Well, you know, I watch a lot of Deadly Women on Investigation Discovery.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you could drop some true crime shit on
Right.
me.
So if you need to know like how anybody was murdered ever in the history of the United States, I can tell you.
JFK. My dad.
JFK.
They don't deal with that on Investigation Discovery.
No,
Okay?
they don't ask the big
Wait a
questions.
minute. If you know how JFK is killed, you don't get any points. But if you do know how he gets killed, you get a point. Right?
I don't know, Mike. I'm confused.
Shut up, Mike. Everybody might be wondering who this man is that came up on the stage to join us here.
I
at
just
the
wondered
Lights.
it.
Ladies and gentlemen, good friends of us here at Dad's Garage and star of the Mass Effect games, it's Mark Meir, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Meir. He played the Mass Effect and is Commander Shepard.
How are you, Mark?
I'm quite well.
Thanks.
Now, I'm the 5th most famous person on the panel.
You should watch your shows more to hype them.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks for coming, Mark.
Not at all. Thanks for having me.
I'm a little surprised you're not in costume. You're a big cosplayer.
Up until recently, I was dressed as the Super Skrull. And, yes, yeah.
I'm shaking my head like I know what that is.
He's obscure, is who he is.
Yeah, Mark,
It sounds like something from an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah, it is more or less. It's
But you
like
really-
Jack Kirby.
You like the obscure characters when you cosplay.
I do. I tend to prefer obscure supervillains. I did the Super Adaptoid for a few years.
Which explain to everybody, because that's even so deep. Some people in our audience might not even know who Super Adaptoid is.
There's a common thread between both of these costumes, not least of which because they both start with the word super. But they're both power absorbers, essentially. The Super Skrull is a villain of the Fantastic Four who has all of their powers at once.
Amber knows one of the members of the Fantastic
Mr.
Four.
Fantastic.
Yes! Very nice.
And granite to the countertop.
But knew the other one.
Yeah, and the Super Adaptoid is an android who is a foe of the Avengers, and he can copy the powers of anyone in his vicinity, and he sort of looks like an amalgam of the Avengers, but green.
Right.
The Avengers shit mix is what he looks like.
How many costumes did you bring with you from Edmonton? He still lives in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, so it's very far away, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, yeah. I went light this year. I only brought 3 costumes. One of them takes up a suitcase by itself, which is the Commander Shepard outfit that Evil FX Props made for me, and I'm going to wear that in parade and whatnot, and for the Mass Effect photo shoot.
Excellent.
And then I also have Super Skrull, as I mentioned, and my sort of hanging out and drinking costume is Hunter S. Thompson, Agent of Hydra.
Oh, he's become an agent of Hydra now.
Yeah.
He was part of the Yellow Lantern Corps
Yeah, a few years ago I had
for some time.
Hunter S. Thompson of the Sinestro Press Corps.
Yeah, that's right.
And again, these were costumes made by talented friends of mine. I can't sew at all, so I get talented people to make my.
Yeah, but you
I paint the odd prop here and there.
the thing is you're a guest here. You've been, DragonCon brought you down here because you're a famous nerd icon,
Yeah, well, apparently.
and yet you're still on that side of the table too,
Yeah,
cosplaying with the rest of them.
But I've been on that side of the table since 1998.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I've been coming here since '98, and so longer, in terms of my all-round nerdness. But my DragonCon experience, has been. I used to come down for the Dad's Garage tournament, which was held every Labor Day weekend, and DragonCon coincidentally
was the same weekend.
So
right?
I generally pop in, shop during the day, and then do shows at night.
Yeah.
And now you move the tournament, so I don't have to do those goddamn shows anymore.
Yeah, they're not getting in your way.
Yeah,
So you can do panels and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I also like that you cosplay as your own character.
Yeah.
A bold choice, sir.
Well, it was one that was sort of taken out of my hands when I was here as Hunter S. Thompson of the Sinestro Press Corps. I bumped into a couple that were dressed as male and female Shepherd in like immaculate armor that lit up and the whole bit. And so, of course, I had to introduce myself. And then, so we became friends. And a couple of years later, David Carpenter, the guy of the group, he just called me up and said, listen, I'll make you one of those suits of shepherd armor that I sell for thousands of dollars for free.
Whoa.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
I'll wear it. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course I have to. And yeah, it's been great. And of course, like seeing the stuff that the fans make is always really cool because they're geniuses, really, like the stuff they come up with.
They really are. There are some incredible. Have you guys wandered around and seen any costumes yet
Yeah.
that have blown your minds?
Mike had a panic attack.
I did. I had an anxiety attack.
Why, Mike?
It was kind of when I was in college, I never got laid at all because if it got too loud for me, I started to I would start to panic, and I kind of was back in that mode of
Wait,
like.
what got too loud? The sex?
No, just the environment. So if I went to a bar, sometimes I'd have to just like my head felt like it was expanding, and I just have to like just put my hands over my ears and make it all go away. And that's what it felt like at the Marriott about 45 minutes ago. I was like, I can't be in the middle of all this.
How you didn't end up a serial killer is beyond me.
You don't know.
That's true, I don't know. What if it turned out that Mike Schatz, our good friend who we've been doing the show with for some 11 years, not true, turned out to be some horrible, horrible serial
I
killer.
just get excited that I would be interviewed for the investigation.
You would. Amber Nash, if you could have your dream Amber Nash reenactor for this, let's say they went all out, big budget.
Okay. Oh, so what actress?
Yeah.
To play me.
Yeah, to play you
In the story of my
reenactments.
murder. Because I've had my husband promise me that if I get murdered, that he'll make an investigation discovery show.
Great. I'm assuming Schatz is going to kill us eventually because all we do is beat up on him on this show.
Yeah, if I could have anybody I wanted, I would go with John Goodman. Wouldn't that be awesome? Or like Catherine Keener.
No, much more sensible choice.
Right.
Instead of John Goodman prancing around playing Amber Nash, a beautiful woman.
Now, would you have him playing him as himself, or would he wear prosthetics to portray you?
I don't know. I think prosthetics would be pretty funny.
If he tried to play it like as realistically as he could.
Yeah, I think he's the best actor in the world. I really do. I think
Also a
he's
bold
great.
choice. Where's he been lately?
I
John
don't know.
Goodman's?
He's having a rest.
Maybe taking some more acting classes.
Yeah.
Or teaching them.
Maybe he's
What?
slimming down so he can play me in my life story.
Maybe he is. Maybe he got wind of this
Who knows?
by going to alphageekradio.com, a sponsor of this show.
AlphaGeekRadio.com.
Thanks, Mike.
Mark, who would you want to play you in a reenactment on Investigation Discovery? Budget, not a problem.
I'd want someone good. Helen Mirren. But I'd want her to play it with a giant Mark Meer paper mache head.
Ah.
Because she could act through that. I think
Yeah,
she could act.
yeah. There's Michael Fassbender's got a movie coming out where he wears one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in a couple of months.
A big paper mache Mark Meer head? Really?
It looks like
Mark
Helen
Meer
Mirren.
was a 1950s icon, like
Okay.
a Alka-Seltzer icon looking thing. Mike, who would you want to play the serial killer?
Well, first I was thinking like, what would my calling card be? Like, what would I leave behind at every crime? And I think it would be like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with the jelly soaked through the bread a little bit, and one bite taken out of it in a hefty bag. Not a hefty bag, like a lunch bag, like the perfect size sandwich bag. And that would be my calling card.
That's terrifying.
And I would be the peanut butter and jelly.
Because it's like, because that's truly a thing from your childhood,
Yeah.
which made you go insane.
Yes.
And we don't know what that
Well, I'll
is.
tell you this, and this is this kind of hits a nerve with everybody, but the only time my dad ever spanked me, he had lost his job and he was having a hard time like being the domestic person, and he made me.
This was post CNN or
Post CNN. He used to be an anchorman at CNN, and post CNN, he one night I came home from school and he made me baked beans and a hot dog, and the beans soaked the hot dog bun, and I was like, I can't eat this. I can't do it.
So he put the beans on top of a hot dog?
No.
So what do you say?
Touching it on the plate.
Oh, they
Why
were
are you making me
touching
mad?
on-
That's exactly what I thought too.
No.
By your.
Why would he do that? He's not stupid.
It's like beanies on a bun.
No,
I'm gonna go home and make it today.
It was a plate. I had a plate, and the baked beans were scooped onto the plate, and then there was a hot dog that was sitting next to the baked beans. Okay, I don't know how that's so hard to imagine. And the beans soaked into the hot dog bun, and it was all wet. And I was like, Dad, I can't eat this. And he's like, you need to eat it. And I was like, I can't eat it, Dad. It's disgusting. I'm not eating a soggy hot dog bun. And he spanked me.
Did he spank you on your bottom?
On my face. I didn't want to. He punched me in the face.
He punched you in the face. Did he punch you or did
I
he
was
slap you?
trying to respect his memory.
Open hand or closed hand?
It was open.
Open hand. So that was called a smack.
He smacked me in the face.
Oh, that smacked your mouth right off your head.
If you want to hear about my child abuse stories, listen to Alpha Geek Radio.
It was a different
It was
time.
the only time.
It was a different time.
It was.
Big audience questions.
We're getting information from our producer.
Okay. Well, I guess it's time for some audience questions. If anybody's got a question for.
I do have I have a question for the audience. What role did the Viking play on Archer? Back in the back left.
That's not everybody here is an Archer character. You have to understand that some people are just wearing Viking helmets because it's the fucking way to go. Everything goes here at DragonCon.
Serious business.
Huh?
DragonCon is serious business.
It is serious.
DragonCon is serious business, Schatz.
Business.
Does nobody have a question?
And honestly, you can ask
Yeah,
any
please
question
come up
you
to the
want.
mic because we're on television. It's in 3D.
3D.
We have a question for Mike Schatz.
I feel like you're already talking down to me.
I don't remember how many lines you had on that one episode of Archer.
Yes.
But what did you take away from that? What have you learned since then?
Oh, what a great
That's an
question.
excellent question. If you could
What
just
have I
moderate
learned?
the rest of our panel.
Okay, so the backstory, and you know the backstory, is that I was 2 hours late for my session. And I never worked on Archer ever again. And it was early on in the show, so maybe there was an opportunity to do more voiceovers on there. So
You think maybe that got
basically the lesson I learned was to learn where you're going before you go there. And if someone says, can you do a Cajun accent, you say yes.
And how is that affecting you today?
Yeah,
That's the question.
that is the question.
How is it affecting me today?
Yes.
Well, everybody else here is making a living. And I are not.
Did you not introduce yourself as the voice of Gas South?
Yeah, do you know? No, I didn't. I said the voice of a natural gas company.
Well, it's Gas South. Who fucking
How much
cares?
money do you think a voice of a natural gas company makes?
I don't know.
This is all I do. Press 1, press 2,
You're the
press
head
3.
of like a giant advertising agency.
Okay, here's what I've learned. Here's what I've learned is that just is voiceover work like it's you just have to keep doing it. I don't know how to tell you. What's the question?
I'll tell you.
What is he asking?
It made him angry. So it just made him.
No. What do you want to know? Like, really, what do you want to know? What do you want to know?
He doesn't believe you.
It's just hard. Like I would have to give you an analogy.
Yes.
Something so.
You've really upset Mike. We're losing audience members because of Mike's anger.
Give me a moment.
Yeah, sit down.
Okay, please
go back. Yeah, we got a whole line.
So we have Commander Shepard.
We do. We have Mark here.
Yes.
Hi.
Mass Effect, awesome game.
Thank you.
Do any of you play video games? And do you play video games?
I do play video games. I haven't had much time for console games lately. I got like a stack of unopened things I've been given as gifts and bought for myself and installed and played. So stuff that I've been able to play lately because I've been busy is stuff on the iPad. So Telltale's Walking Dead game, for example, is excellent.
I hear it's an excellent game. Yeah.
And I wanted to get their Fables one as well.
It's wonderful.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, but I usually wait until the whole season is out and then play.
It's all out.
I will. Once that's done, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Yeah.
I was a big fan of Bubble Bobble.
Back
I
in
don't
the
know if
day.
you guys are familiar with that game.
No.
I was really
Tell me
great
more.
at it. There's these little fish that are like bubbles. And
They're like bubbles, or
I'm
they
not
like
exactly
them?
sure. I don't
Spit out
really
bubbles.
remember it. But that was the last game I think I played.
Well, I am a gamer, but very I'm not seriously into it. One of the coolest things, we went to the Comic-Con this past year, and TV Guide every year has all their stuff on a yacht. It's really awesome, so you get to go.
But if it's 8 a.m. and you're hungover from the night before and you're on a yacht that's in water and trying not to barf the whole time, it's not that much fun.
That's why I quit drinking and started smoking pot. Because it only helps your yacht experience at 8 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, Nintendo is always there, and this year they gave us little cards for a free system, and when I wrote them, they sent me a Wii U, which I had always written off, but it's really awesome. So I just got that thing, and I downloaded 2 games. Well, they sent Mario Kart 8, which is fucking awesome. And also I bought a 3D, like a 8-bit-esque 3D scroller called Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
Lot of fun. And I just got Marvel Superheroes yesterday and started playing the shit out of that.
Is that the fighting one? Or
It's Lego.
Oh, Lego?
Marvel Superheroes.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, Lego did.
Yeah. My natural gas company sponsors a Words with Friends site. And travel on a yacht.
You do. I don't own a yacht. You do play a lot of Words with.
I do love Words with Friends.
Yeah. Excellent.
So, Lucky, you did a AMA on Reddit
I
a
did.
couple of months back.
Yeah.
One of the comments that you had made to one of the questions was that you're really into puppetry. And
Yeah.
I know you're doing Simulator Night. You mentioned that one of the dream jobs you wanted to do was like having like a children's puppet show.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
We've been running a kids show at Dad's Garage since March of 2000 called, get this, since March of 2000, here in Atlanta, Georgia, home of Cartoon Network, we've been running a show called Uncle Grandpa's Who Dilly Stew, Who Dilly Storytime, Who Dilly whatever. And 2 years ago, motherfucking Cartoon Network opens a goddamn cartoon called Uncle Grandpa's, and I shit myself. Anyway, it's a really awesome show where it's a human host who has an evil butler living there and his little puppet pals, and we try to tell a story throughout we improvise a story. It's an improvised show. And so it would be essentially a live action humans and puppets. It's very Captain Kangaroo.
Kind of like what Lamb Chops would be with a bunch of weed.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. And we really cater to the parents because the kids love it because it's just puppets bouncing around hitting each other on the head. But all like we're making sex jokes and drug jokes and all kinds of shit. Just really cool. So that the cool parents get it and love it. And it had a fanatical following.
It did.
For that. We haven't done it the past year because we're without a home.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's okay. Donate
I
to
will
Dad's
see you
Garage.
later tonight.
Thank you. Yeah.
For improv.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you can applaud. It's okay. Hi. What's going on?
I was told to come up here and talk about my costume, but y'all are probably sick of seeing me.
No, we
so
have a trio of Pams up here.
I know.
Yeah, it's like Amber Nash cosplay hour.
Looking good,
The
guys.
next show I worked on really hard. You're literally in bed with the artistic director of Dad's Garage. Y'all need to bring back Rapicon.
Yeah.
I think we should bring it back every year
Before DragonCon would be
DragonCon.
perfect. I love that. It was my first show at Dad's Garage. I went with my nerd club at school, and we got free tickets through somebody, and that's the first night I got to
One of the
meet you.
writers is sitting right there, Zeke Gillespie, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
right.
Woo! Co-wrote that show for us.
So that's what I want to see, and
Okay.
I go to Dad's whenever I can.
All right.
I will make sure that my husband knows that. I have a question for you guys. So I have a friend. Is Jenna here? Is Jenna in the room? No. So she is cosplaying as Pam also, and she was having a really hard time finding a wig. So can you guys tell me what you did?
Mine is an Arta,
Okay.
a Katinka, They have names.
Yeah.
I bought it used on cosplay.com for $7. They're
Gross.
$30.
It's like buying underwear at a Goodwill. Yeah, what a good deal.
I washed it, and then I got a bun, and the bun is like a drawstring bag, and I tied it in there.
Oh, nice.
I had one from China that gave me headaches, though, so I got a new one.
Okay, good.
But bun wigs are really easy to
It's
make.
full of lead.
Cool.
It's full of lead and baby's tears. That wig that came from China.
What?
Lead and baby's tears.
Oh, that's sad.
A child probably
So
made it.
China's sad. It's a sad place.
What'd you do with your wig? Yeah.
Yeah.
Also an art wig called the Blue Steel.
You could step up to that mic so everybody can hear you.
So they can hear you on alphageekradio.com.
Mine's also an art wig called the Blue Steel, and it's new. And
She didn't buy a used bullshit.
You didn't get it at lice.com, did you?
the bun came separately, and it's pinned in by one of my awesome friends. And it has Christmas socks rolled up in there to keep the tape.
Nice.
I think you know you've made it when something says bun sold separately.
He told me to come up here too, but didn't tell me to talk about anything.
Well, I mean, if there's anything you want to get off your
Is it
chest.
that man? Is Dave Sebastian Dankowitz? Celebrity
Just
producer?
ask a question, any question.
Yeah, it
for
doesn't have to be about anything. It could be about.
How do you get to the parking deck?
Yeah. Well, we will literally answer any question. How much time we got, Seabass?
Oh,
Perfect. We will literally answer any question because the next segment may or may not work.
it's not going to work.
It's going to be brilliant.
Can I ask you what your favorite Pam storyline's been so far?
Oh, that's a good question.
You know, I really love the Poovy Farms, like everything that happens at Poovy Farms. And I really, really wanted Adam to write just a Poovy Farms episode where we get to kind of meet her whole family, but I get to voice all the characters like Nutty Professor. But he's not into it. But he did write an episode for this season that we just recorded. And Allison Tolman, who was on Fargo, plays Pam's sister Edie, and they hate each other. And Pam goes back to the farm for her wedding.
It's
and
such a great episode.
It's a great
This
episode.
next season of
Really fun.
Archer is amazing.
Yeah.
It's still amazing, guys. I'm going to, not to take a question away from you, but I'm going to slide on this a little bit, speaking of Archer. I keep getting, and I don't know if this has happened to you yet, I keep getting into heated debates with people who are so concerned that we're still called ISIS with what's going on and how dare we. In fact, I had this very heated conversation the other day when we were eating barbecue, Mark, with a former Floyd County Productions employee, a guy who used to work on Archer.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's not working on it anymore. Because he just couldn't believe that we're not going to address it in any way. I'm like, our show's a fucking cartoon. It's some kind of weird retro future.
And
Like,
it's not even on the air right now. But I do think that President Obama started calling it ISIL because he's a big fan of Archer.
I hope that that's true. Is he calling them ice holes? What did you say?
ISIL. Now
Oh,
they're
it's with
calling
an
it
L.
ISIL
Right,
with
right,
an L.
right. Yeah, but I still see ice.
At my office, there's a vending machine, and when I swipe my card, it says ISIS approval, and I freaked out a little bit because I'm like, man, my Rice Krispie treat is funding terrorism. So I'm gonna get two.
It goes along with your theory that we're about to be taken over by Russia and China.
Yeah, we're not about to be. It's been a very deliberate and long-term process that is now starting to. Like it's like a weed, like it's starting to really come out of the ground now.
Great. Okay, let's go to this Pam's question.
It's coming. It's coming, everybody.
I don't actually have a question.
Okay,
I'm just gonna tell you that
can you tell us what's in your bun?
Yeah, a sock.
A sock?
It's a white sock.
But that's your hair, right?
Did you get that from Mr. Socks?
It looks good.
Yeah, Mike, you have a problem with Mr. Socks.
There is if you drive down the highway here, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if you get off on Langford Parkway, there is this site, and it says 62 socks for $10, $6 brake repair.
31 pairs?
That's 31 pairs of socks for $10, which is 15 and a half pairs of socks for $5, which is 7 pairs of socks roughly for $2.50, which is 3 pairs of socks. Like, it doesn't, I don't understand how they make any money. How are they making money? And where are they getting all the socks from? And if you open a sock store and you're selling 62 socks for $10, you have to have a shitload of socks if you get a rush on socks. I just want to talk to somebody about it.
Have you ever gone in to talk to them about it?
It's all boarded up. I don't understand it.
Because it's a bad business model. They clearly didn't make it, man.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like a place where like, shit, we gotta get out of here, leave the sign. It feels like if you do the work, you're gonna get 61 socks for $10.
It's a front. That's the new ISIS headquarters.
I bet that's right. I
And you
bet
know
it's
what
right.
they're doing? Making fucking Rice Krispie treats for your vending machine.
Every time I drive by, I think, I could beat off for 62 straight days and never have to wash this off. Pretty much every time I walk around, I think I could beat off for 62 straight days.
Sorry, ma'am. What was you going to say?
No, I was just going to tell you that this is an art at Genie.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Oh, good talk.
Hi. I've got a couple questions. They're sort of related. So, how much of your characters are sort of your own personality? Because I hear you talking and you sound kind of like your characters.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how much of them? I would say, I don't know. I feel like Pam's become a little bit more fleshed out over the seasons because I think Adam got to know me better and was kind of injecting some of that into the character. But as far as her voice goes, it's just the voice that I use when I talk about what the terrible things my mom says to me are. Like, Amber, you're not going to leave the house wearing that, are you? And so that's kind of where voice started with Pam. But I don't know, I think Pam's super awesome. I could never be as awesome as Pam. I wish I was.
Yeah, I agree with the same thing about Grieger. I wish I was Grieger. As creepy as that sounds, man. I wish I had that guy's know-how because I would love to make some bionic people. And some human-animal hybrids would be awesome. I'm a big science nerd, and I would not want to play another character. But that being said, we're also really good friends with Adam, right? And we hang out and stuff like that. And so, I think maybe he writes knowing that we can knock certain things completely out of the park, just because we're good buds, and so he caters to knowing. I think it's an all symbiotic relationship between writers and actors and all that shit.
Well, I have a question. So, Mark, you play more of a military guy, right?
In the video game? Yes.
In the video game?
In the video game, yes.
So what is that voice like?
It's just me trying to sound tough.
So let's hear it.
Yeah, just Commander Shepard, Lions Marines. Just me kind of angry.
That's really
just angry. But I get to play a bunch of comic relief aliens and whatnot too. So.
What's the most extreme comic relief alien?
Well, they're actually it's like a screechy voice that they'd always say for the end because it's just sort of like they're basically space orcs. They're a race called the Vorcha. And actually, come to think of it, there's an Easter egg guy called Blasto that's kind of become his own pod. He's like a weird tentacled jellyfish alien, but he sort of stars in Dirty Harry-esque movies within the Mass Effect universe. His name is Blasto, and his speech sort of speaks completely without emotion. So it's things like, "Do you consider yourself fortunate, punk?" Wait, let's deal with Blasto for a while. Blasto's awesome. I love Blasto. A lot of fan-made merchandise about Blasto.
What? Where does he appear in the game?
Well, he's basically it is like Easter egg stuff. So it's like as you're running by, in the space station, the Citadel, you'll hear little bits of Blasto movies or ads for Blasto movies.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then eventually he became popular enough that in the final DLC they did for the third game, Blasto shows up and he's in the game, except it's like the actor who plays Blasto shooting a Blasto movie, and Shepard actually meets Blasto at that point. So if you were playing as the male version, me, it was like me doing a scene with myself as Blasto.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow, it was lots of fun.
It's anytime Krieger and Ray have a scene, it's my voice talking to my face, because I'm the model for Ray Gillette.
I know.
And it always freaks me out a little bit.
Did they make those talking dolls of Ray, by the way? You gave me one of the talking Krieger ones.
No.
When they do, I want to like rip the guts of the Krieger out, put it inside the Ray, and then it's just like a lucky
and then you'll just take a brown Sharpie.
Yeah,
and make the blonde hair brown again.
Yeah, I'll do other things to it too.
I was going to say, if Ray comes out, he's not going to have probably a stuffed doll. It'll be some sort of gross.
I just want to tell this because it's one of my favorite stories and explains a lot about things. But I auditioned for Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and I played a character on the show.
His name was Emery.
Emery and Oldenpark were the two Space Kataz aliens. And so I went in and I auditioned for the part, and I did every single like cartoon voice you can imagine in the audition. And then when I got the part, it was months later, so I got into the booth to do the audition, and I started doing like a droopy dog for the character, like, that's not droopy dog. And I was doing all these different voices, and they were like, no, do the voice you did in the audition. I was like, I don't know. And they're like, no, do that voice like that real like wuss, like the pussy guy, like the wuss next door. And I was like my real voice. And that's it. So if you watch Aqua Teen, I'm the only like normal voice on that show, and it's because I'm puzzle ball. Hey, little ball on the show.
Well, that sort of leads into the second thing I want to say.
How could that possibly lead into the second thing you want to say?
You're such a patient man.
I sit there holding his jazz hands.
62 days with those jazz hands. What? No one else was thinking that?
No, nobody.
Look how soft they are. If you put some velvet between the thumb and the pointing finger.
Then what? It'll be like
62 days of bliss.
Like a fancy lady with velvet gloves.
A fancy lady.
Jerking up, yes.
So, anyway, my boss's wife is somehow related to Dad's Garage. I don't know how. But anyway, through them, they showed me cooking with candy.
Oh my
and I was going to say, you seem exactly like your character in person.
Oh, really?
I thought with you, like the sort of character personality being your real personality totally was like resonant there.
Yeah.
Okay, let me jump on this for 1 second,
yeah, sure.
and then we'll go to you. So keep looking. So what he's talking about is at Dad's Garage Theater, we do some online content, and Mike has a character that is a kid show character. What we were talking about earlier, how we cater to the adults. And his name is Andy Candy, and he's an adult man that eats nothing but candy and acts like a 5-year-old, like an idiot 5-year-old. He hops around, he doesn't walk, he hops. And such a popular character in the kids show that then he has a video series where he actually cooks with candy.
Like what was one of the recipes?
We made what did we make? A Butterfinger burger, which had Butterfinger, Rolos, and cotton candy as a hamburger bun.
And then you made candy corn chowder.
We made candy corn chowder.
What was the recipe of that one?
It was candy corn chowder. We melted candy corns.
Yeah, do it like Andy Candy.
We melted candy corns, and you melted the candy corn, and then you put something else. It was disgusting.
If you guys want to see it, I highly recommend you watching all of them. They're terrifying and wonderful at the same time.
They're amazing.
And there's a YouTube channel called Dad's Garage TV, and you can see them all there. Or probably just search "cooking with candy" and you'll find it.
But the whole thing was that I did the puppet show, and I came on as Andy Candy, and he was just supposed to be this little kid that loved candy, and Lucky behind the, what do you call it?
I'm a puppeteer in the show, so at that point I was Phineas the Monkey.
For 2 seconds we made eye contact, and I was like, fuck. And he was like, look at the man-child.
Hey kids, when you don't eat eat more than just candy or this will happen to you. That's a 35-year-old man.
So I went from completely innocent to completely a guy that would leave peanut butter and jelly sandwiches by his victim's feet.
Here's the thing with Andy Candy. You say innocent, yet when you come in, and the whole purpose is that we're going to take these characters that come by the house for a visit and then eventually use them as an actor in the story we're telling. Well, Andy, but when they come over to the house, they have to have sort of a reason that they're coming. Like, why are you stopping by the house today? And Andy Candy has always just sort of broken into somebody's car to take shit that he saw laying there. It's never an honest reason that Andy Candy was there. He'd always done something horrible. And so I made him an adult instead of a thieving child. Yes,
sir,
Waldo.
Sir, welcome to What Archer Character Are You?
I didn't watch any of it. You'd have to tell me. No. I wanted to ask Amber about how you prepared and you planned for your solo show at Dad's.
Oh,
What's
thank
wrong
you.
with you?
Thanks
I
for
thought that was really
asking.
cool. You wrote, it was an autobiographical show, and you wrote it, and you starred in it, but you had someone else directing it.
That's right. That's right. So I was inspired by Mike because he was the first person at Dad's to do a solo show, and they're easy to travel with.
And he does solo shows at Dottie.
Yeah,
That's right.
totally. So I wanted to do a show that I could take to fringe festivals and stuff, and honestly, the idea of being on stage by myself was so terrifying to me that I was like, I've got to do this. And so I spent about a year writing it and getting input from other people and rewriting it. And then 5 weeks in rehearsal, and we did a lot of rewrites in rehearsal because there was also like character monologues of stuff in there, but it was all kind of based on my actual life, but then kind of fictionalized. And then I learned how to do a stripper dance, which terrified me also, but I had a great friend help me out. And then we put the show up, and it was, I literally every night was like, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Like, I'm literally gonna have a heart attack before this show starts. I was terrified every night, but I'm glad I did. It was really, really fun. Thanks for coming to see it. I really appreciate it.
Did you work on, did you do some solo improv work with it when you were getting ready for that?
I
too?
didn't. I wanted to. That was the plan, but I never really had the opportunity. I guess I could have done it at some point.
I heard you were going to. I don't think, I never got close to it.
No, I never did, but that's a good idea. There's a lot
Mark,
of
have you
people
ever
who
done
do
a solo show? Just you out there?
Yeah, actually, last at a fringe festival in Edmonton, I do a two-man improv show called The Herald of Galactus,
Which should come here.
Yeah.
It really
Great
should
show.
come here. This is, talk about this. Describe what a herald is for those who don't know.
Herald is a long-form improv format created by a gentleman by the name of Del Close from Chicago, and he was known as the house metaphysician on the early days of Saturday Night Live. Very influential in the improv community, and Galactus is, of course, a big purple guy who eats planets. So the Herald of Galactus is basically a long form about a superhero. We sort of create a superhero with the audience that's never been seen before. Usually we find somebody who was a comic fan and who was, like, when they were a kid, created their own superhero, find out what that name was, and then we show the entire career of that superhero as if you were reading random comics, like a comic from 1938, and then a comic from 82, and then one from the 60s, but only a few pages at a time. And so, yeah, it's a really fun show to do, and I do it with my friend Chris Craddock. Last Fringe Festival, there was a show he couldn't make, so I just went, fuck it, I'll do one by myself. And,
Wow.
Yeah, and it went, it was...
So did you play heroes, villains, everybody?
Well, the funny thing is that the person the suggestion was he was a telepath. So it was things like, now I know what you're thinking. It's like, yeah, because I'm playing you. And,
Right.
Yeah. And, so I was playing a guy who could read the minds of everyone else on stage who I was all of.
Yeah.
That's a great premise.
Yeah, it really is a great
Yeah. Yeah, so it was, it was a little scary to do, but it was doing it but with myself, it was like more like work than play, right? So
Of
like,
course, man.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah, because
zero...
you can't surprise yourself with a plot twist or just like really crack yourself up with that bit. It's like, so it's just like, oh, me again. All right, don't me. So it was fun to do, but the two-man version that I do with Chris is much, for me, more gratifying.
Yeah, you should all petition whoever it needs.
We'll bring it down
to
one of these
bring Herald of Galactus to DragonCon because
So fun.
it is an amazing, it's the best improv show I've seen, but it caters to every sensibility I have, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, thanks.
yeah, good job.
I just want to ask one question.
Yes.
Let me just give you a little history.
Oh, I can't wait for history.
I moved here from Valdosta State,
Uh-huh.
and I met some guys at a convention from Florida State. And when we moved here, we ended up buying an old garage I ended up building the stage, ended up building the platforms. George and Jeff, they get on stage and they do improv.
Yeah.
We started that garage. Did they come back? I miss them.
Do who come back?
George.
George is still at Dad's Garage.
Is he?
Yeah.
He performs there all the time.
George.
I haven't been there in
Yeah,
years. and
so you
I
helped
heard
build our theater.
It was.
You know, they tore it down.
They tore it down, but we sweated many hours.
That's okay. Well,
Yeah.
thanks, man. We used the shit out of
Well,
it.
we never thought it would get this big. I'll be honest with you. We used to sit at the Crown and the Thorn, and we used to buy drinks, and we'd get up there and do improv and just have everyone laughing with tears and try to get people to come. And I remember sometimes there would only be 5 people in the audience.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I started back. The theater opened in '95. I started in '97.
95.
with
We didn't
them.
have a beer or wine license then. Best improv I ever saw there was Sparkle. I don't know if they ever talked about Sparkle.
No.
Sparkle was just phenomenal that night.
All right.
And it got so big now I can't even get in the door free.
Oh shit! Yeah, nobody knows you anymore.
That was the thing. They
Michael
always
let
said,
you in.
"We'll let you in free, y'all. Whenever you want to, Richard. You built this thing. We'll let you in." And then one day they started not letting me in. And I was like,
Hey,
no.
tonight, you come with me, and we'll both try and get in.
Oh yeah, Colin Mockery's there tonight.
That's right.
For both shows, and yeah, we're gonna do- Thank you, thank you very
That's
much
awesome,
for
man.
building the theater. That made Amber and I famous. Yes, hi.
Hi. 2 quick questions. First, I was wondering if you were cosplaying as a third Serbian thug or a white member of Run DMC.
No.
I like Serbian thug.
Yeah, I was thinking myself,
Taken
this is my
3?
Russian mobster
Taken 3 maybe?
outfit. I am not cosplaying at all. I legitimately own 2 of these fucking tracksuits. Guys, get with the program. These things are the most comfortable thing you will ever wear. In fact, when we were at Comic-Con this past year, and Entertainment Weekly has the party that everybody tries to get into and nobody can ever go. And it's where everybody, steps out through the night. I wore my red tracksuit, and every dude there was like, fuck. Really? I could have worn that? And I was like, dude, I am so comfortable right now. It was awesome.
Real question being, has the success from Archer and Gas South spawned any side projects we should look for in the future?
How about I come over this table, sir, and fuck your shit up?
He'll fuck your shit up by telling you sad stories and just make you as depressed
I will
as he
whisper
is.
sad stories in your ear for the rest of the weekend.
Whether you like it or
I
not.
don't even remember what the story was. He ran away. You ran him off.
What was the question?
You got any new projects coming up that we should look out for?
Yeah, Mike's moving over to Scana.
That's right. I have a musical that I'm writing that's opening next year here at Dad's Garage.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Anybody familiar with the King of Pops?
Woo! Yeah, do we have how many Atlantans are here?
King of Pops is a popsicle salesman, but we're doing King of Pops, the post-apocalyptic musical. So he becomes a master assassin with his popsicle sticks. And it's going to be pretty amazing.
This is really taking some awesome turns.
That's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what natural gas does, sir.
I don't got nothing coming up.
Yeah, me neither.
As soon as that Archer started, I was like, all right, I just gotta sit back and listen to the phone ring. Am I right? And nothing. I audition probably like 4 times a week, and everybody's like, no, we don't want you to work for us.
That's not what they're saying.
Yes, it is.
No, you and I have started writing though. We started writing our own individual things.
Well,
so
if nobody will hire me, so I gotta do my own thing.
That's why people create shows.
I guess so.
Because everybody else is dumb and we know better. So why not create a show for us? Yes.
Hey, first question for Mark.
Yes.
For all the Mass Effect fans, could you say, my name is Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite panel at DragonCon?
I certainly can.
But say it and mean it.
Okay. I've said this about a lot of things that I've done. Stores, podcasts, YouTube channels.
Have you opened some stores?
I have a couple, yeah.
Welcome to H&M.
That is my favorite thing of all time.
So yeah, but you know, I've given out endorsements a lot. And part of the joke is that Commander Shepard, and it's meaningless, therefore. But
I want you to sound like you mean it.
All that said, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite panel at DragonCon.
Also for Mark, but it can apply to all of you, is when you're in the recording studio and you're delivering lines and you have to do it through different moods, and especially because Mark, in Mass Effect, you can be a good character or a middle character.
Paragon or Renegade, good or evil.
How do you like switch between such like a high and low like kind of morality?
Well, I mean, like in the terms of the game, it was kind of a unique situation because we also had to sort of level it out because there were some people that would play pure good or pure evil, but some people might be bouncing back and forth. So you kind of had to level it out, or you'd sound like you'd having massive mood swings in between lines.
Hence the title.
Which would have been pretty hilarious, but that's not what they want. And then also we would tend to record one dialogue path first. We'd like do all the Paragon stuff first, and then we do all the Renegade after of the same scene.
Oh, okay, great.
Also, it's what drug you take that morning.
Yeah,
of course.
It puts you in whatever mood, and you show up, and then they tell you. Oh, they look at you and they're like, "Yeah, let's do the fun lines today."
How long did it take, like, to do
Years.
one game? Yeah.
Yeah, it would be over a year, but no, you wouldn't be called in every day.
Right.
It would be like it was a lot of steady work, and now it's over.
The games are over. But BioWare continues to make games.
BioWare does continue, and like there's this new company. Some people that worked at BioWare did this thing called The Long Dark, which is like it's post-disaster survival simulation in Canada, so really bleak. And so yeah, that's coming up. That was actually a Kickstarter thing that was like really successful and got way more money than they were asking.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the thing with voiceovers too is you have to overdo everything, right?
No.
I mean, you have to oversimplify. No, you do. Like, if you want to be really excited about selling a burrito, you gotta up it.
Oh well, for advertising.
It's retail. The retail stuff.
You're talking about selling stuff.
Yeah, you gotta be happier than you've ever been. Natural gas.
You're also the Moe's guy. You're the Moe's guy.
Yeah,
And you're the Braves guy. Shut up.
Yeah,
Not nearly as sad as you make everybody.
And look at us, we're coming full circle. You can upset Mike some more.
You're back, sir.
Okay, I have a question for all of you. What is the creepiest fan encounter that you've ever had?
What is the creepiest fan encounter?
Maybe Mike shouldn't answer this, but...
No, Mike should answer that. That's a great question.
Never heard of Mike.
Amber, probably. Do you have any weird?
I bet you got some good ones.
Yeah, you're the girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
The girls
you know
always
what?
have the worst creepy stories.
Okay, so this is very strange, so follow me, okay? So I got a piece of mail delivered to my home. So I was like, okay, so this person knows where I live, and I live in an apartment building, so they also know like which apartment number I live in. So this person like seriously knows where I live. And it was this card that like, it was a blank card, but on the outside it was like a picture of like a guy doing like breakdancing, and then when I opened it up, it looked like a child with mental disabilities had written this card. Like terrifying, like what you imagine like a serial killer's handwriting to look like if they were a child. And it said like, dear.
Did you not get the peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
It said like, dear Mrs. Nash, I like it when you call me Ding Dong. And like some other like weird rants, and I just like I read it and then I closed it and I put it away, and I was like, I can't tell my husband about this because it'll really freak him out. And so like some weeks went by and I was just kind of like, every time I thought about it, I just like put it away in the back of my mind, and I was like, how did somebody get my home address? And then like 2 weeks later, Mike Schatz goes, did you get that card I sent you?
Really? Did I really send that?
Yes! And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, we were together in the parking lot and we both saw this card, and so I wrote you something and sent it to you, and I thought you'd know it was me. And I was like, I have no idea what the card meant. I had no recollection of us being together in that parking lot. It was absolutely terrifying. I wasn't scared.
I'm bipolar. I didn't know. Hey, I'll tell you this real quick. I had a fan encounter. I used to host the Georgia lottery drawings, So every night at 11:30, I would come on the air and I'd be like, "Good evening. It's time for your catch 3 drawing, your catch 5," and I'd have to pull the ping pong balls and straighten them out, and then say, "Your first number is 5. Your first number is 7." Never got recognized for it. One day I was walking down the street, and this lady's like, "Hey, you're the lottery guy." And I was like, "Yeah," and she's like, "You fucking said that the number was a 9 and it was a 6 and I was gonna win, but I didn't win because you didn't want to win." And I'm like, "Listen, lady, it's the lottery, you know, like, I don't know what to tell you. Back off. Back off, lady. Go back into your pizza place.
No, I want my money.
Go back in your pizza place.
No, I'm done eating.
You try reading a 6 and a 9 when it pops out of a vacuum cleaner.
They always put a line. They always put a line underneath the one you're supposed to.
Okay, but when you got to read 8 numbers and then
That doesn't
60
sound very
seconds,
hard.
it's harder than you think.
No, it's only 8
If you have a
numbers.
drinking problem, it's harder than you think.
Oh, we're getting the helicopter sign from our producer.
Do either of you guys have one before we go?
A creepy stalker story?
Yeah.
No.
I have
I've got
a
a
creepy
theory
stalker
now.
request for Mike, actually.
Oh, yes, the question,
Yeah.
please.
Legitimately, before he said it. So next weekend we're getting married. And this is our honeymoon, our pre-honeymoon.
Okay.
And we're having King of Pops there.
Yeah.
And you can come sling pops and sing songs at our wedding.
Oh, that would be really nice.
You should do that.
I would love to do that.
Mike.
Where do you live? No. Where do you live? Do you like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
But also, I had to...
Wait a minute, so for real, where do you live?
I'm not going to tell you.
Do you live in
Oh,
Atlanta?
you want to talk to me
Yes.
after?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yes, and then we went to the Dad's Garage yard sale and we got the morning show poster, which we got lucky to sign last year. We couldn't find you, so we decided today.
Yeah.
But we asked specifically for some Wrath of Khan stuff, and they said, she was like, "Oh, I don't know, let me go check," and like went back and came back out, and she said, "Actually, we're not selling it because we're doing something with it again."
Huh.
But nothing. So
I guess what they're doing with it is putting it in storage because we don't have a theater.
Yeah, because I don't know.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Alright.
We'll figure it out. Keep coming to dance. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for coming to our very first live broadcast of that great podcast. Big round of applause, Mark Meader, TV Bamber Nash, Mike Schatz, I'm Lucky Yates. You want to sign us out like you normally do?
All right, everybody, real big, loud applause for Alpha Geek Radio. Ready? As I'm doing this, ready to start applauding? You've been listening to Dad's Garage Radio. We'll see you next time.
Hey everybody, make sure you go into the app and pull up Dad's Garage Radio, rate it 5 stars if you want to, so they come back next year.